Hi, welcome to Arizona Highland Homestead. We are live with the livestock today. You got the sheep back in there. There's a net, electric net that's up. We're gonna be talking about homestead security today and the different animals that you can have with different levels of security. So for those of you who are catching this um, after the fact, stick around. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of different things. I'd like to hear from a lot of you in the chat to see what kind of ideas you might have. So let me know about that. If you're watching this after the live stream is ended, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what kind of security measures you have. Whether you have a homestead or you are in the city and don't have any animals at all, hope to someday, tell me about your ideas. We have tried quite a few different things with more or less success, and I would love to hear what everybody else has to say. I could use some counsel in that arena. I am out here. Let's see. This box up here is powering my Wi-Fi signal for today while I'm out here watching over the flock. So I am on a break, but I'm going to try to work while I watch the chat and discuss all the different things that I've been thinking about lately. So, see if anybody joins us. Currently, there's 0 people in there, it shows, so we'll give it a minute or two, and I will just check on a few things at work. Looks like we've got Polar Bear in there. Chad, welcome in, Chad. Thanks for saying hello. Good to see you. Thanks for the thumbs up. I'm going to wait until a few more people come in to the live stream. I know I just kind of started it up. I've tried to schedule them before, but it really doesn't work out on the mobile device too well. So, hang on a sec. Chad, you still there? Hey, Chad, we're going to be talking about some security stuff around the homestead, but I'd love to hear what other people are using for security and what they plan to do with homesteads and farms and even just an apartment. What you use for security. I know a lot of people probably use door locks, deadbolts, and things of that nature. Sorry about the air traffic up above. It's pretty infrequent, but we do have one of the busiest airports in the world. Actually, I see a jet flying overhead while I see a Cessna only about 1,000 feet up. Um, there is another jet, so quite a bit of air traffic right directly overhead right now. But it's a beautiful day. There are clouds, and that's it. Blue sky and clouds. So it's a wonderful one. We got 10 people in here. Hey, thank you everybody for joining us. A lot of times we have new viewers that come in. Leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from. I am a geographer by trade, so I make maps and love to know about where other people are from. We are outside of Prescott, Arizona, which is exactly in the center of Arizona. It's up in the mountains. We've got pine trees and oak trees, and we get a little bit of snow every year. So that's about me, and if you're watching, let us know where you're from. Chad's in Central Ohio. Right on, Chad. Thank you. And Chad also says, my security is a miniature poodle who doesn't like strangers. You know, what's funny is that I was watching something about people who have to go in and do sentry stuff. So they have to break in, maybe rescue hostages and things like that. And you know what they use their silencers on their rifles for the most, they said, is taking out the dogs that bark at them because it gives away their position. So unfortunately, dogs are kind of unknowing and taken out a lot of the times first before any of the bad guys in a compound, I guess. That's just what I heard. Maybe it's just a rumor, but Um, Dogs are a great security system. Our dogs are our primary security system, actually over here as well, Chad. So, um, yeah, I like that. A small dog is great. You know what? They are very economical. Don't take as much to feed them. They can fit in a lot of places. You can bring them with you all over the place. Um, they don't need to take up much of your house. They don't need as much exercise. There's a whole bunch of benefits to having a small dog for sure. Let's see. Connor Leffler. Welcome in, Connor. Thanks for saying hi. Let us know in a comment where you're watching from, if you can. If you just want to leave it vague, you can say Earth, or you can say the United States, or like me, Central Arizona, like Chad said, Central Ohio. It's just kind of fun to know where people are watching from. The other thing is, we like to grow all of our own food. We get a lot of new watchers on these live streams, and right now we got 20 people watching. So, hello everybody. I'm Nick from Arizona Highland Homestead, and we are in Arizona, and we try to grow a lot of our own food. Right now, I am out with our sheep. You probably see one of them over there. Let me switch around the camera. So, we are doing regenerative agriculture through management intensive grazing practices. So that's why you see that net up around the sheep, and that's just one of them. You can probably see some of them in the background through the brush. But one of the ideas is that they graze down our brush, make it more fire safe here, because we live in Arizona. It's very dry, but they eat down the brush. It's free food, so we don't have to feed them hay. And Patrick Milton, thank you for saying hi. Connor's from Kansas. Hey, awesome. That's not super far away. We're hoping to take a road trip and visit Kansas actually pretty soon. Maybe this winter, or I don't know. What's the best time to visit Kansas, Connor? Would love to know. Maybe in the spring. But anyhow, we'll get back to talking about security. And Chad was mentioning that he's got a poodle, and that is, so we have 3 dogs over here, and one of them is getting old. She's retired. Then we have another one that's kind of our middle dog, and he is a large dog, and he is an amazing guard dog, although we never trained him to do that. He just kind of does that on his own. And with our fence, he does not like people on the other side of the fence getting anywhere close to our property. So it's super helpful having him around. We don't really worry too much about people coming in to our fenced area, but he alerts us when there is somebody, which is helpful. It is not so good when we have friends that are coming over and he thinks that they are not friends. So that's problematic somewhat. And then we have a young border collie mix. She's mostly border collie, but she is here to help with the sheep. And so she herds them out to the net that we've got over here that I'm watching over right now. We do not have a livestock guardian dog, which is something I like to discuss in this live stream with some people that might have experience with that. But she is a herding dog, so she will control the sheep and where they go, and that means they always go in the barn at night. We have a lot of mountain lions here, and we've had friends that have had their sheep and goats taken by mountain lions in the night. Pretty secure system with lots of fencing and hot wire, but the mountain lions still get in there if they are in an uncovered area. So we have a lot of security on our barn, cameras and things. That camera's out front for the driveway, but We do not have a livestock guardian dog. That would be the ultimate security, I think, for the sheep at night. We'd probably be able to graze them all night long outside if that was the case. But we don't. And that's why I am working, and I got my Wi-Fi in the tree here. That's a battery bank up there, and then it's connected to our Wi-Fi extender. Let's see. Did I miss some comments here? Ark Wildman Survival. Hello, welcome in. We got 4 people watching, 4 thumbs up. If you haven't given the thumbs up already, that'd be great. Just double tap that screen. That gives us thumbs up. That really helps us out a lot. And if you aren't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe. It's free for you, but it does a lot for us. And we definitely appreciate that. We have a bunch of videos coming about chickens and chicken treats and chicken feed and eggs, and we've got a new chick. If you haven't seen that video lately, go check that out. We had hens that hatched chicks for the first time, and on their own they got broody, and so we let them just sit on the eggs, and sure enough they hatched one out. So yeah, it's fun. Chickens are fun. We have a lot of them. I think by my estimation we have between 40 and 50 right now, but I'm not entirely sure of that. For sheep, we've got 14 of them currently. We won't have that many for long, but then we'll have more. So you can probably guess what may end up happening when we decrease our number and when we increase our number, but that's a discussion for another time. Today I wanted to talk about just security, mostly for the livestock. The sheep are pretty vulnerable. My wife and I have talked about maybe grazing a couple cattle on our land in conjunction with the sheep or instead of the sheep at some point. Right now that's not the plan at all, so don't get excited. We're not bringing on sheep or cattle anytime soon. We're probably bringing on more sheep. We'll probably get some different genetics at some point here soon if we don't get rid of them, which I don't see us doing anytime soon. But cattle would be nice because we could leave them wherever we want, and as long as the fence is secure enough, they're probably going to still be there. The mountain lions, bears, bobcats, foxes, coyotes probably won't mess with them too much. But we have a lot of all those animals right here. So Backlash. What's up, brother? It's the lowland Nosted over here. Backlashing my name again. How you been? I haven't seen many of your videos lately. I should probably catch up on them. But I miss you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're catching all the fish. And I should do a fishing live stream at some point. My son and I need to get into the fish. He has an elk tag coming up. So it's his first elk tag, and he's got a cow elk tag general. So 30-06 is what he's practicing with right now to go and humanely take some organic meat out in the forest of northern Arizona. Unit 9 is where his tag is. So that's right up by the Grand Canyon. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon, that's the habitat he'll be hunting, on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Not where all the fires are. Everybody who doesn't know that unit tells me, be careful, there's a huge fire out there still. And yeah, that's the north rim. It's tragic, but that's not where he will be hunting. So let's see here. We got 3 people in the chat, 4 thumbs ups. So that's fun. 3 people in here. Let me know what kind of security systems you are using. As I mentioned, there's cameras, we have hot wire fencing, we have a barn to keep our animals in, which I think of as like a safe, so the mountain lions can't steal my possessions, those sheep that I am shepherding. And so that is us protecting our investments. So I see the barn as a safe of sorts. Um, we do have regular fencing as well, but that does not stop animals like mule deer. Mule deer hop the fences like it's just incredible. If you've ever seen one, they get right up next to the fence, and it's not a running start or anything. They just bounce right over onto the other side, and it is tremendous. It's amazing. We have them out here all the time. We have hot wire on the top of the fence, and it doesn't bother them at all. They never even touch it. But the coyotes will climb up the fence, and then they'll get shocked because they are grounded. It's fencing on T-posts, so the T-post is a grounding rod. The fencing carries that ground over, and then there's a strip of hot wire across the top. So they'll touch that hot wire, get zapped while they're on the fence, and honestly, they don't seem to come back all that often. Coyotes kind of come in waves. It's interesting. So, yeah, the new ones seem to try it, but the old ones seem to know to just go around our property. So let's see what other defense. I mentioned the 30-06 rifle. We have fire danger here, which is a different type of security issue. And although my son is using that 30-06 just for elk hunting, that's not. There's no other purpose to having that rifle for us. It is an item that I suppose could be used to defend the property from some type of threat, but it is a slow process. In order to use that, it would have to be a major threat for us to even consider doing that. And it's very loud. There is fire danger here. We have had neighbors that have started forest fires with firearms just a few doors down, so it's a very sensitive thing for our neighborhood. And a 30-06, you're going to be hearing it for a long ways. It is a loud cartridge. But people have told me you need to make sure that you're ready for whatever threat, and I have found it entertaining to talk to some people about the different options. So if those are options that you're familiar with, feel free to let me know what you use or what you would suggest. Those types of things are, like I said, very interesting to me, and would love to entertain any ideas that people have. The hot wire is one of the things that we. Sorry about the air noise. Yeah, another Cessna flying over. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University is just down the road, about 10 miles, and it's one of the busiest airports in the nation, the Prescott, Arizona airport, because they need to get their training hours in. So lots of touch and goes and all kinds of flights coming out of there. But the hot wire was kind of the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, the easiest one for us to kind of set up. We already had some fencing in place. Some of it was very subpar, but running hot wire around the property, it's good for keeping people out. It's good for keeping animals out, both domestic and wild. And it is good for keeping our sheep in. It's good for keeping our dogs in. And then it is also modular, where we can put a jumper on the hot wire and have a sheep net or a chicken net wherever we might want to put them on the property. So that was an easy security measure for us to invest in. But there are other security measures that we are considering, and some of those have some duplicity as well, or dual purpose. So I mentioned firearms. Firearms are useful for putting animals down. They're useful for protecting things. They're useful for hunting. But like I alluded to, you have to kind of be ready and trained and all that with firearms, and there's some security issues with making sure people don't get to them that you don't want to have get to them. So there are a variety of complexities with each type of security. Security cameras are pretty low risk, pretty low hanging fruit. We do have a few of those, but we don't have a gigantic camera security system, which I have considered and talked to people about those as well. I have friends that have farms, ranches, homesteads in the area, and some of them have a lot of cameras, some of them have no cameras, and I understand each of their viewpoints about that. But not really sure where to head with the cameras. There's pros and cons there as well. The bigger systems can be quite expensive, although they have gotten more reasonable very recently. You also have to monitor and maintain them, and they could go down, and maybe you wouldn't know until it's too late. There are different levels of features that you can get. Motion detection is pretty common in most all of them now, but that also is not foolproof. We have a lot of winds here and a lot of, what would you say, friendlies that go across the cameras, and so you get false positives with that. Anyway, there's a lot to discuss here. As Polar Bear Chad mentioned, dogs are an easy one. We love our dogs, and my wife would probably like to get more dogs, but they also are a liability. We have left to go places, and leaving for a day more is kind of out of the question when it comes to the dogs. We could leave them lots of food and water and leave doors open or leave them outside and allow them to have some type of shelter, but it's a liability, like I said, to some degree. Definitely worth it, but yeah, let's see here. We got 2 people in here still. That's great. It usually ebbs and flows, and in the first 5 minutes to 10 minutes, there's usually a lot of traffic, but it's hard to keep that sustained, especially when it's just a talking head on a screen. So I would love to be doing something entertaining and where you could learn from me, but part of the reason I do live streams is to learn from all of you. There is a collective hive of knowledge that is truly amazing, and I benefit from that greatly. So it's nice if we can benefit one another, and also, you know, when you comment and leave your experiences and your recommendations. It doesn't just benefit me; it benefits anybody else who's watching now or in the future. So that's huge, and a reason why I want to discuss security measures for a homestead. You know, the other thing that could be mentioned, I already talked about fire a little bit. Maybe get back to that one, but another one is pests. So in these pinyon pines, we actually have scale and boar beetles, and we've actually lost a few trees recently because we had a pretty good drought last year, and then most of this year we just got the rain. So praise God. Thank you guys for praying. It really has helped a whole bunch. We got an inch one night, and we got a half an inch another night, and this past week we've gotten a lot of rain. I don't know if you can see all the green grass out there, but that all used to just be yellow and dead at best, or just it was non-existent because we had grazed it and it had never come back. But now it's coming. So the native grass lies dormant for a while, and then once it gets the water, man, it shoots up like way faster than I ever imagine it would. But yeah, it's going crazy right now. So the sheep are loving it, but I've got them mostly on brush right now, trying to prevent that fire as part of my fire security plan. But for pests, um, with the drought, anything that's weak, it's kind of like impala on the savannah. You got the lions that will pick off the weak, the small, the old. So if we've had some small trees that were just getting started that died off. We had some old trees that were probably towards the end of their life anyway that ended up dying off because the pests just are opportunists and they will attack whatever is the easiest thing to attack. So some of those older trees, they had some vulnerability. Some of the younger trees had some vulnerability. And with the drought kind of knocking them down, it was easy pickings for the beetles. And they overtook some of those pines, and it was difficult. I've had to chainsaw it down 3 of them already, and there's probably 2 or 3 more I need to chainsaw down. And that's part of my fire security plan as well. But that is a little bit heart-wrenching. Shade here, I'm sitting in the shade right now. I would not be able to sit out here if I was sitting in the sun. It's about night. Well, let's see if I can actually get this live stream ended. I was talking about how there's a 90-degree day today and how it was too hot to be in the sun and my phone overheated and it was stuck in the dreaded YouTube live feed loop. So I'm back for a moment. Figured I'd just finish this one off. Left a comment there in the live stream chat to let all of you know what happened. But figured I could come back in here and just say hello. I missed the comment from MB saying hi and from Devil Dog. So hello to both of you. Appreciate you being here very much. And yeah, I think it's probably about time for me to end the live stream anyhow, but it was fun. I wanted to talk more about homestead security with some of you, but it looked like the heat. I forget about needing to have security against the heat. So the shade, growing more trees and having the silvopasture. If you didn't see our video on silvopasture, go check that one out. It is one of our big goals here, long-term goals, and using the sheep to accomplish the silvopasture goal is one of the pieces of the puzzle. So you could go watch that about our sheep grazing beneath shade trees and how we are implementing strategies to accomplish that goal. But yeah, protecting against the heat and the dryness, the UV from the sun, and all of it. It's another aspect I just kind of take for granted is life here in the mountains of Arizona. Anyway, I'm Nick. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to chatting with you all next time. And if you do have any security ideas, leave them in a comment. I would love to know what you do for security. There's all different types of things we could talk about. So maybe we'll revisit this one again real soon. Thanks for watching.